Hey there, Nerd Army. What's going on, guys? It's time to review The Walking Dead. So, guys, tonight was the season premiere of Season 6 of The Walking Dead. It was intense. A lot of crazy shit happened. And I am actually joined by my wife, who's a huge Walking Dead fan. She wanted to be part of the review because it was such an awesome episode. There were so many great parts, but what part stands out to you, Ashley?
I gotta say, my favorite part is when Rick had a stab in the back of the neck because he was pissing me off with what he did in the gun room. Really made me irritated. You don't do that to Eugene. I'm sorry. You don't mess the mullet.
I mean, I from the beginning, I hated Carter. That was one character I was not happy with. Like, as soon as he started being a little bitch about everything Rick was trying to plan, he was giving everyone bullshit. Like, oh, what are we going to do? We need the exact plan. This was some fucking bullcrap. I wanted someone to stab that guy. I'm glad he died. Love the actor, but hated the character. Holy shit, hated the character. But, yeah, like she said, you don't fuck with the mullet, man. You don't fuck with Eugene. You don't mess with Eugene. You get the wrath. Don't let Rosita see you fucking with Eugene. She's gonna fuck you up herself. So the flashbacks in this episode were back and forth between right after Rick killed Pete for killing Reg. That was a really, really cool aspect of it, but I really liked the flashbacks and how they got kind of black and white. That was awesome. I mean, it really made me feel like old school Walking Dead. It just felt awesome. If you guys have ever read the comics, it's all in black and white. So it really brought it home for me. Did you like the black and white thing in the episode?
Well, I love how they went from the past to the future. The black and white totally made, like, it told you that you're in the past right now. This happened already. It's not happening right now. What they're doing with the whole zombies and getting them away from the community, it was really awesome.
I mean, speaking of that, the whole thing where they pulled the zombies out of the quarry. Basically, if you guys haven't watched the episode, spoiler warning. But there was a quarry full of fucking zombies that were blocked by a couple of trucks. So the whole episode was really pulling the idea that Rick needed to make a plan to get these goddamn zombies the hell up out of here and take care of them before they took care of Alexandria. So we got to follow Rick's plan back and forth in the future and the past. So it was really, really cool. But how they did it, they orchestrated the shit out of it. They got Daryl and Sasha, and they got them to ride the motorcycle in the car to draw them away with the sound, just like revving the engine. Daryl's just sitting there holding the clutch and just revving the motorcycle the whole time. And it was really cool how they tried to keep them in a formation and keep the herd going. Now, one part, I know everyone saw this, and this had both of us fucking like, who in the f*** is doing this, man? When at the end you hear the horn going and it's pulling the back half of the herd back towards Alexandria. And then you see the sign saying, Alexandria, this way, you're almost home. Starting at $800,000. $800,000. Jesus Christ, I want to see these huge houses that are $800 grand. But, yeah, I mean, it was just really, really crazy. I personally think it's the Wolves. I know you agree with me. Yeah, I mean, the Wolves are probably who's doing it. If you guys haven't read the comics, the Wolves are a big storyline in the comics. I'm hoping maybe soon we get into Negan, but they haven't announced anything yet, so I don't think that's happening. One character that I really hope dies soon is Father Gabriel. This dude needs to get shot in the face. What, I mean, do you want to kick him in the nuts? Is it just me?
I just want to shove a Bible up his butt.
Oh my god! I mean, he needs to get taken out. He really does. And at the end of the episode, we see him talking to Carl. Actually, the sneak peek for the next episode was him talking to Carl as he's pushing Judith around and telling him, "I remember when you wanted to teach me that stuff before. I want to learn now." So he's like, "You heard about what I said about you guys to the big dog." And he's like, well, just come by tomorrow. We'll start with a machete. And I'm like, oh, shit. He's going to get trained by little Carl. And speaking of training, I know Rick killed Jesse's husband, Pete, but he was a piece of shit fuck you, you're better off. And her son's a little d-bag for wanting to follow where this guy was. That's not someone he wants to idolize. He's just a piece of crap. But the really cool thing is, what'd you think about when she said that, hey, I don't want your help to learn how to shoot guns. Rosita's going to help me. What'd you think about that? Do you think that's a good way? I mean, do you think she just wants to completely be away from Rick, or do you think she's like hates him for it?
I think she needs time away from him to see what kind of real man he is, because obviously he just cold-blooded killed the dad of her children.
I wouldn't call it cold-blooded. Dude fucking sliced his fucking throat, and the big dog told him, hey, do it. You know, I mean, she Shia LaBeouf that shit. But I mean...
But she's never seen him killed, that's why.
It was kind of harsh that it was someone
that he would actually go to there. Instead of locking him up or something, or kicking him out, he shot him.
Now, during the episode, Morgan was locked up in a separate area until Rick could trust him or know who he is again. So they're basically taking it as their meeting for the first time again, because a lot's happened and they both probably changed a hell of a lot. Well, actually, they have changed. What is your favorite thing about Morgan so far that we've seen? The new Morgan.
I think he's more at peace. Maybe he was so like Buddhist or something, because he's completely calm and he feels like he has insanity, you know? Like he knows what's right and wrong. Like he kind of more like what Rick was when the first season. You know, he had morals to... So
he's kind of Rick's moral compass right
yes, now. Right now he's telling Rick, you know what, you're doing wrong right now. That's a little harsh. You need to calm down.
I agree. I mean, I think he is Rick's moral compass, but for me, I think Rick being hard in charge and fuck everyone else, I mean, I think that's the Rick we need. I think that's the Rick that's going to survive. The morals need to be thrown out the window at some time, I think. But that's just me. I mean, do you think we should completely abandon our morals once that kind of shit's going down? Or should we still have morals and piece of shit people like Pete should keep on living?
They should, I don't know if they should die, but I mean, they should either change or die. Like, go kill yourself. Like, let them go and survive on their own. He's never been out in the real world. He needs to know what it's like.
So exile him, basically?
Yeah. Exile. You come back when you've killed a bunch of zombies and survived the apocalypse. Because you've been stuck in here drinking beer and beating your wife.
Now, one thing I really liked about this episode is Morgan noticed when they were going to a flashback and when they're building the wall to make that turn to lead the herd out, Morgan notices that Carol is watching everything and really deducting, and she's ready to act. So everyone else in Alexandria thinks Carol's a homemaker and she's super sweet. But no, she's a bad bitch. We all know that. So what do you think about that? I mean, how is he the only person to notice that?
Because he's been in it. He's seen it. He's probably been trained by someone military. I'm thinking, because the way he's fighting, like that stick, all he needs is a stick. No gun, no knife, just a stick. I'll kill zombies.
I want to see like a flashback backstory on where Morgan's been.
With the training.
Yeah, who trained him on that bow staff? That shit's crazy. I mean, I really want to see who trained him, because it's fucking nuts.
He should be training all of them.
But, okay, now one of my favorite parts of this episode, really, like, we both were like, what the hell? Okay, so Carter, when he was alive, after they were starting to build this wall, a bunch of walkers were coming up when they were making the wall, and they were constructing everything, and everyone had, like, all the people right there had shovels in their hands and stuff, and, like, 4 or 5 walkers start walking up, and the guy's heads up, and then he's like, go ahead and take him. Like, Rick's trying to get these people ready to start dropping some zombies. They need to learn, and he's like, fuck it, just why not? Here comes some, let's handle it. Guys, don't use your guns, stab them with your shovels, it's going to draw more if you use guns. Do you think that was a good way? I know they asked on the story sync for Walking Dead, they asked, do you think it was immoral? I mean, what are your thoughts on how he did that? Could he have done it a better way, or... If
it was one zombie coming up to the group, it would have been better, but since it was like a crowd coming at them, you know, it just takes a scratch or bite to change you. You're done.
It was 5 of them. Fuck it. I mean, I think,
well,
hey, Carter,
they're
you
not
can't
trained
handle
for it.
Carter, you can't handle it. Kick rocks, motherfucker. You might as well die. I mean, that's just me. I mean, shit. you've been in the zombie apocalypse for at least a couple years now, and you haven't had to do shit. It's time you put your big boy britches on and handle some shit.
Don't stand there and go, help me!
Help us! Help us! And he's got like a fucking knife in his hand. I'm like, I would have started, just started templing some zombies. I mean,
like
shit.
I said when it was on, I'm like, just stab him in the ear, straight to the brain. Just
So what
standing
the fuck
there.
is
Just...
doing? He's like, help us! No, fuck that. That guy needed to die. I'm so glad he's dead. Now, what'd you think about the way he died, though? Was it? What did you like it? Was it cool?
It was kind of dumb because, like 3 or 4 of our characters have already been through that situation with them stuck in between a tree. He's stuck in the tree. Where? Hello, easy access. I understand he has your arms, but you could just.
I mean, he had a gun in his hand. And shit, if I was gonna die and I even didn't want to warn the other zombies, I'd still shoot that motherfucker. It's me or him. I mean, guys. I mean, all in all, this was a crazy, crazy episode. What do you think's gonna happen next? Do you think any of our main characters are gonna die this season? I know they're saying that, like Robert Kirkman said, this is gonna be like one of the most emotional Walking Dead seasons of all, and so is like Greg Nicotero and everyone. They're saying it's going to be really emotional. Do you think any of our favorite characters are going to die this season?
Yes.
Don't say Glenn. Don't say Glenn.
Well, the comics, it's Glenn, but I mean,
but
they
Glenn,
could change it. Like, they've changed everything. They changed a lot of stuff. They do follow it a lot. If you keep up, a lot of it's the same, but they change characters. There's new, different characters that are not even in the comic.
Andrea's still alive in the comics, and fucking Rick, and she's been dead a long time, and she fucked the governor. Yeah, I mean, they do change some stuff. She's right. The comics they use as a basis. They don't follow it exactly. They've said that there are 2 different worlds. They're using the general idea of these people. And, I mean, but this episode for a season premiere was cool. It was an hour and a half long. It was a lot of fun. The whole time you're like, oh shit, what's going on? And I love the flashback thing. That was so awesome. Back and forth, getting to see these characters. I want to see a couple different characters bite the dust soon. Obviously, Father Gabriel needs to fucking die.
Really?
I hate that guy.
He should have died last season.
They shouldn't even have brought his ass. Left him in the church. At least this season he actually admits it was his fault and he left all those people to die. Another person I wouldn't mind dying, I know it's going to be rough and it would be fucked up, but Ron, Pete's son,
he's going to get it.
He's got too much attitude.
Just being nosy, he's going to get it. He almost died this episode.
I know. I really think Carl's going to be big badass and him and his little hyena are going to run off together. Or he's going to really prove to her that he's a boss. And I know in the preview for next episode it was a bunch of shit because all those zombies are coming the way because of that damn horn that I still think the wolves are doing. But guys, I mean, this was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. I mean, if I had to grade this episode out of a 1 through 10, I'd probably easily give it like a 9.5. It was awesome. There was a lot of story going on, but it still stayed together, didn't get too convoluted. I really enjoyed it. What would you rate it?
A 10. It was a really good episode.
10.
Especially for a pilot, just like bam, right in your face. We're getting started.
Yeah, I mean,
we ain't just easing in there. We're just in there.
I mean, guys, it was a great episode. And I'm gonna try to have Ashley do all these reviews for The Walking Dead with me if she's up to it. But I mean, either way, we will be doing them on this channel. Make sure you guys hit this thumbs up button on this video, and make sure you smash that subscribe button to join the Nerd Army and keep up with all the reviews we do for The Walking Dead every single week, guys. I'm Andrew. This is Ashley. You've been watching Nerds Merized. Peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, make sure you go click that big, sexy subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time right here on Nerds Merized.